So, Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark, they were the best backcourt in the WNBA last year. There's a good chance that they're going to be the best backcourt in WNBA history. We can be honest about this. They're probably going to go down as the best backcourt in the history of the WNBA. Why? Because there hasn't been that many incredible backcourts. It depends on, do you consider Maya Moore to be a two guard? Like, maybe Lindsay Whalen and whichever of Maya Moore or Simone Augustus you thought was playing the two. Maybe. But still, I think Caitlin Clark is above already. Right now, peak for peak, better than Lindsay Whalen. And what Kelsey Mitchell did last year was unbelievable. What Kelsey Mitchell did in China was absolutely incredible, by the way. Like, people don't understand just how impressive what Kelsey Mitchell is doing in China and the way she's playing is. But if you guys can see, the last person waiting for Kelsey Mitchell immediately to hug her as she goes in and signs her extension, Caitlin Clark. And Kelsey Mitchell was talking about her reason, one of her reasons for staying in Indiana. And a lot of people genuinely are there. Oh, nobody wants to play with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's a reason why people are, I know free agent will go to Indiana. I think no free agent fit Indiana as far as the big names are concerned. The big names don't want to go to Indiana because their stats might go down because they're the fourth option in a year before the Great Reset. So they don't want to go to Indiana for that reason. Their stats might go down. And none of them really fit. There was a lot of slow-footed centers. Like, Satu kind of fits. Like, if you're talking about free agents that really, really fit in Indiana, I'm not disappointed at missing out on any of them. There's no one yet that I'm like, they need to get. I think most of the best free agents possibly for FIFA are overseas. But this is what Kelsey Mitchell said.
One of the greatest people in the world, Caitlin Clark, who just ran the basketball world. So I think together we hope to make you guys proud. We hope to make you guys feel like you're a part of our success and our journey. And I'm here. Let's do this.
So yeah, like, that is a very, very much heartfelt message towards Caitlin Clark, and you can see that, especially as the season went on, how well they got on with each other. Like, they got on really, really well with each other, and it was evident. Like, it was absolutely evident that Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell were friends with each other. Like, there was absolutely no question about that one. That they were an elite backcourt and they got on well off the floor. And I do think when it comes to Kelsey Mitchell, is a lot of people are like, oh, she kind of needs her own team. Kelsey Mitchell had by far her best season last year. So Kelsey Mitchell averaged 19.2 points per game. And what people don't understand is if you look at how the season started, Kelsey Mitchell started off the season with a 5-point game, then an 8-point game. She did not break 18 points in a game for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The first time she broke 20 was 11 games into the season. And then after that, it was a little bit of slow. 2 games in 24, 17, 22, 18, 24, 14, 16, 23, 14, 15, 28, 21, 13. Then she had a spell where she just went berserk. 28, 27, 21, 29, 23, 23, 36. Like, if that 36-point game, by the way, like, Caitlin Clark in this game had 35. Like, this was one of the craziest WNBA games. Like, whenever the Dallas Wings played the Indiana Fever, they were some of the best games of the year. Like, the Fever won 2, the Wings won 1, but they were some of the best games. We saw Enrique with 34. And by the way, she was 9 of 16 from 3. We saw Satu have 25 points in that game. And then we had Caitlin Clark set a career high. Oh, she only had 28 in this game? 28 and 12 assists, sorry. Was it their other game against the Dallas? They played Dallas again, did they? So once Kelsey Mitchell set her season high of 36. Was that her? That might have been her career high. I don't know if it was or not. And then, sorry, this game right here, the 110-109 one. Caitlin Clark had 35 and Kelsey Mitchell had 30. Mental game. Absolutely mental game for both of them, where they won by 1 point. And Damaris Dantas, I'm pretty sure, was this one down the stretch where Dantas hit the 2 huge threes. And then, obviously, Enrique with 27, Natasha Howard at 26, and Sabally had 27. Dear Lord, Melissa, you let Natasha Howard go and drop 20, put 26 on your head. But, yeah, this one was a really, really fun game, to be fair. But yeah, it was genuinely that it was a very, very heartfelt message. And I think that the two of them realize, and Leah Boston as well, that it's like how much easier they make each other's lives on the floor. Like how much easier Caitlin Clark makes it for like Kelsey Mitchell to score. How much easier Kelsey Mitchell makes it for Caitlin Clark to pass. And when Caitlin Clark is able to pass, it frees up her scoring. How much easier does it make Aaliyah Boston's life? Because again, when everyone else is free, Aaliyah Boston can go one-on-one the post where she's very good. Like we saw Aaliyah Boston set her career high, 3 times last season? Like I know her points per game were down, but she had huge games and she had some huge assist games. She had one where she was like a point and an assist off a triple-double. So it is a very, very, very like good thing to see for the Indiana Fever, and it's good to see. I think morale is very, very high when it comes to the Fever. I think it is. Like I think this is a team that really gets on with each other, because if they didn't get on well with each other, I think it would be a problem. I think if they would really struggle to function in any way if this team didn't get on extremely well with each other. So yeah, very heartfelt message from Kelsey Mitchell about Caitlin Clark. And I do think as a backcourt, they are going to be, they're going to lose their minds. Oh, all the people that were, and it is a positive that all the idiots on social media saying free Kelsey, free her, get her away from this team, after, calling her and Erica Wheeler the last part of the animal raccoon. They were calling her that for defending Caitlin Clark. They were defending Caitlin Clark publicly and basically saying, like, we don't look at social media. And they were called, her and Erica Wheeler were being called that by the same people saying free her. Then they're losing their damn minds seeing Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, not hating each other. But yeah, it's just an all-around interesting situation, and one that I think is pretty good for the W. And I think it's good to see the teams kind of staying together, and I think the Fever can run it back. The Fever just need to upgrade Alyssa Smith. Like all these top-tier free agents that the Fever could go for, they don't have to. The only player they have to upgrade in their starting 5 is Alyssa Smith. Would it be nice to have an upgrade on Lexi Hull? Yes, but I think Lexi Hull's fine as a starter. She's absolutely fine as a starter. They just really need to find an upgrade on Alyssa Smith, especially with Temi gone. And I think if Satu goes to the Liberty and the 7 pick goes to the Wings, there's no way Anissa Morrow falls to 8. So I think it's going to be hard to find that player there. It's going to be hard to find that player via the draft, but still, that's all they need to do. Once they can improve on Alyssa Smith, Janelle Salone, for me, would be the perfect option if they can manage to do that. If they can manage to bring over MMA Simon, unbelievable, but I don't think that's realistic. Either way, though, I'll see you guys.